Industrial engineering. So the very first question which comes in your mind, that why do you study this industrial engineering, right? So any subject which you study, definitely it is related with your career. Okay. So here, why do you study this industrial engineering? I'm going to demonstrate, and here also I'm going to tell you that what are the different topics which we are going to study in industrial engineering. Okay. Now suppose you are the owner of a company which is producing this nut, bolt, and a screw. Okay. Now assume that you are the owner of this company and you have all the funds, you have the manpower, you have plant, you have machines. You have to do only planning. So what will be the very first thing which will be comes in your mind? Okay, so that will come, that how much quantity you need to produce this nut bolt and screw, right? So let's say currently you are in the year 2020 and you need to planning for the upcoming year which is 2021, right? So this is futuristic. So how you are going to find out that what will be the market demand for this year 2021? So who is going to give that idea? That we will study in forecasting. So this forecasting, it is based on previous data, and it will give an idea that what should be the market demand for the upcoming year. So now assume in our case that let's say the market demand is 10,000 ton. Okay. Now you found out what is the demand. So what will be your next step? So your next step will be raw materials, right? So this raw materials handling, that we will see in material requirement planning or MRP. Okay, so you need the raw materials, and in your store that already the store or the inventory which you have, you found out that 1000 ton is already in there. Then how much raw material you required more? How much is already 1000 ton is there in your inventory? Then how much raw material you need to buy? That is 9000 ton. So here we are assuming that there is no any wastage of raw material. That's why 10,000 ton of raw material producing 10,000 ton of nut bolt and screw. Okay, but this 9,000 ton you're not going to buy just in the month of January, right? Because inventory cost will be more, and you are not going to buy just the 100 ton in the month of January and then 2,000 ton in month of February, like that. Then what is the economic order quantity which you need to buy so that your total inventory cost is minimum? So what we you need to find out here, the economic order quantity. So what should be your order quantity that will minimize the inventory cost? So this we will study in inventory control. Okay, now you found out the demand, you found out what will be the economic order quantity that will reduce the total inventory cost. So you will place the order and you will buy the raw material, right? Now just see, you are producing nut and bolt, and also you are producing screw. So your total required amount production is 10,000 ton. So how much amount of nut and bolt you are going to produce, and how much amount you are going to produce here in a screw? So either you are going to produce 5,000 ton of nut and bolts and 5,000 tons of screw, or you are going to produce 1,000 ton of nut and bolts and 9,000 tons of screw, or 5, or let's say 6,000 tons here and 4,000 tons. So what are going to produce here for nut and bolt and a screw? So where we will study this? That we will study in linear programming problem. So this will give you an idea that how to maximize the profit when you have more than one product and you are using the same raw material. So in our case, what is the raw material? That is the mild steel. Okay, so when you are using the same raw material and you are producing more than one product, so that we will study in linear programming, that how to maximize our profit. Now suppose you have one drilling machine and you have job here, let's say nut, bolt, screw and other supporting tools. So here supporting tools, we are assuming that there are some tools which are required to produce this nut, bolt and screw. Now you have only one machine and you have n number of jobs, and all of them, they have arrived at this machine at the same time. So which job you need to process first, so that your utilization of drilling machine is maximum, or in other words you can say the total processing time of all the jobs is minimum, right? So here this is the case of n jobs and one machine. Here what we have to find out, that which jobs should go first, which jobs should go second, and which jobs should go third, so that you can utilize the maximum, so that you can utilize maximum as possible of this drilling machine. So this will we will study in sequencing. Not only this n jobs and one machine, but n jobs and two machines as well. So this also comes under sequencing. Now suppose that you have more than one plant. So let's assume that you have three plants and five warehouse. So generally what happens, that after this production of this nut, bolts and screws, so already you have produced 10,000 ton. So what you are going to do, either you are directly deliver this 10,000 ton to the customer, the consumer, or if there is any remain, then you are going to store in warehouse, right? So you have three plants and five warehouse. So let's say that your plant 1 is here, this plant 2 is here, and plant 3 is here, and your warehouse is located at here, second warehouse located at here, third, fourth is here, and fifth warehouse is located at here. Now these three plants are producing the same thing, nut, bolt and screw, and these five warehouses, they are storing the same thing, which are nut, bolt and screw. So from this P1, do you need to transport the products to warehouse W1, or do you need to transport it to warehouse 4 or warehouse 5 or 2 or 3? So where you need to send your product to which warehouse? So from which plant you need to send your product to which warehouse, right? So that your total transportation cost is minimum. So that we will study in transportation. Now suppose there is one client order that, okay, I need 100 ton of screw. So one person came and said that, okay, I need 100 ton of screw, and he is asking that, just let me know that after how many days I will get my order, right? So what you are going to do, you have to plan for producing this 100 ton of screw. So to do this planning, what you have to do, first of all you need to draw this network diagram. You need to draw network diagram, and then you will find out what is the critical path, and then you will find out what is the project duration. So where do we study this network diagram, critical path and project duration? That comes under CPM and PERT. So apart from these things like forecasting, inventory control, CPM, PERT, LPP, transportation, sequencing, there are few more topics like queuing theory, or APP, aggregate production planning. So that we are going to study in industrial engineering. So let's go through the next lecture.